Beyond the Fairway podcast. What's cracking? What's going on? Doug Smith, Will Lowry. What it do, man? What's happening, Will?
Bro, we are out of the weekend and we are here. But I got questions for you. I mean, like, it's not every day. It's not every day somebody get a chance to practice with John Rahm. What the hell is that about? Forget all the formalities. What was that about? How'd it happen?
First of all, shout out to Joe Hooks for being a non-member at a place and then inviting another non-member to come. Just audacious in itself. It's like,
right. That's
hey, this is one of the most exclusive courses you can come to in Arizona. I'm here, so pull up. And I was like, all right, fine. Like, what I'm gonna say no.
And no credit. I mean, no disrespect to Anthony Anderson, but that right there, what Joe Hooks displayed was called blackish. All right, tell me about it. What happened? So what happened?
Man. So Joe hit me, man. Joe hit me. You know, he's been able to create some friends out there, and you know, I got to hang out with Wesley Bryan and John Rahm, and just kind of watch what they do. And let me tell you something. Wesley Bryant short game is absolutely it's insane.
Heard it's filthy.
Like, the ball leaves the face different. It's like, I don't even know how to describe how the ball leaves. It's sizzling. And then you hear it's like, when it hits the green, that.
I heard.
You know what I'm talking about? It's like.
I heard.
But no, I just thought it was interesting. You know, Rahm and I talked about a little ball placement stuff. And, you know, his attitude is to put the ball when you're pitching up near your left shoulder socket. And then that's where the bottom is. And really use your chest to rotate through the hit. You know, I'm one of those old school leading edge chippers and pitchers. Yeah. So to get the ball that far up to really finally feel what the bounce looks like. But I tell you what, Rahm, I appreciate you, homie, because I hit a couple pitches over the weekend where I was like, okay, that dude might know John Rahm might know what he's talking about.
I mean, not to toot my horn, bro. That tells me I should be on tour because all that stuff you just heard, I already do. My short game nice. I mean, I know this ain't about the Will Lowry show right now, but I'm a little
technically
bitter.
It's the Will Lowry show.
It is, but I'm just a little bitter because I know my dreads need to be on tour, man. And that stuff you just learned was old news. So your future's my past. I get it. But let's talk about this AT&T, man.
And speaking of that, Will, this week we got Willie Mack coming in here right now, and he's also playing in this week's Genesis Open. Yeah, that's right. We're going to get to that interview in a second because there's a lot of stuff going on tour, especially coming down the stretch at the AT&T, Will, as you mentioned, that we need to get into.
Yes.
Because wild weekend. Let's talk about DB straight vibing. Tell me something, Will.
Well, you know, given the fact that it was an exciting finish, you know, with Daniel Berger, but I'm more concerned. My heart, my soul, my chutzpah goes to Nathan Lashley. I mean, this man. I mean, if I ever saw money being lost in front of me, that hurts my soul. It was my man Nathan Lashley, man. 4-putt on the 16th, going into the 16th with the lead. It had a 4-putt. I mean, I think I saw, according to my calculations, maybe like $112,000 he lost.
No, you didn't calculate correctly.
How much was it?
You got to assume he would have went to a playoff and lost, came in second. That second place check was $850,000.
Oh, well, you're right, and I didn't.
He lost $500,000.
Right. Well, from fifth to third, he lost $112,000. Let me say that. So,
that's fair.
But it hurts my soul, man, hearing that, man, and seeing that, because he started doing that little square dance that we always do when we get past 2 putts. So it was sad, but it was also humanizing as well. We all get it. And my boy Jordan Spieth, T3, he was smiling again. That's 2 weeks in a row that my man is smiling. And he started talking about he was nervous on the third, and going into the fourth round. So, given the fact that he's nervous, Doug, is it safe to assume that he's back, or am I speaking a little too prematurely?
Well, with 2 holeouts in one round in one tournament, first of all, that's pretty damn impressive. So shout out to Jordan Spieth with how he's hit the ball right now, because it's crazy. Now, is he a bubble guy? Is Jordan Spieth a bubble player now? Are we going to look at him like a Tony Finau who just can't seem to get over the hump? Now, I know Jordan's been gone for a couple years.
His hump is different than anybody else. His hump is
all I'm saying is 3.5 years winless. Brady's won 2 Super Bowls since Jordan Spieth's last won a tournament. I don't know, Will. I'm excited for Jordan. It's fun to see him back. But you know one thing I got to say? I forgot how chatty Jordan Spieth is on the golf course. Now, I say some things, but Jordan Spieth talks a lot You don't need an announcer. Like, it's like, I felt like all the guys that were calling it, from the CBS team, they didn't have nothing to say when Jordan was hitting, because Jordan called it out for you. He God damn it, Michael.
Yeah. Jordan definitely has big lungs. I think he has big lungs since he got on tour. So that was pretty. It was pretty amazing to hear his commentary. We got Max.
But I want to touch on lastly. Hold on, we didn't give him the disservice he deserves. Nate Lashley, because number one, you can't go long on the 16th green, especially with a lead on coming down the stretch. And he clubbed up. Yeah. Granted, I know he's trying to take spin off, control it, manage it, back right pin. I get it, but man, I would have choked the caddy. Will.
Facts.
You can't hit it over that green.
And the thing about it, he was playing safe for so long. Like, I want to say, don't quote me, I think he want to say 11th, 12th, he was taking iron off the tee. Like, he was playing it safe for so long. I can tell he wanted it. So I can understand that he is absolutely butthurt that this thing didn't work out the way he intended. But
when you saw his face when that ball sailed over the green, that was legend. He just knew he didn't have nothing. He knew he was like, but to 4-putt, does that qualify as a choke? Does that count as a choke? Like, if you did that on the 18th hole, we call it a choke.
I don't
but
know
it's 16th, it's a choke.
I don't know if a choke can be 2 holes before the 18th. I'm not sure if that constitutes a choke. It's choke-ish. Choke-ish.
It's choke-ish.
It's choke-ish.
All right, that's fair. I'll take choke-ish.
Well,
because that hurt my soul.
Well, since we talk about chokes, Doug, I hate to get to this moment in time, to this black part of Beyond the Fairway.
I thought it was always
our
black.
guy. It is always black, but we talk about blickety black now. Our boy.
Yeah.
My boy. Your boy.
Our friend.
Our fam. Kamayu Johnson, the individual that received the sponsor exemption for AT&T this week, coming off the COVID, missing farmers due to COVID, and his first start, and he got a DFL, man. Before I go into it, because I'm about to get a lot of ridicule, a lot of heat for saying what I got to say.
I see where you're going.
What's your thoughts, man?
Look, let me tell you something. I've never done it, but playing on tour has to be one of the most stressful, not sacrificing situations, but one of those situations where it's like you've always looked forward to this your whole entire life. You finally get there. In Kamayu's case, he got there in an unconventional way. We all have heard his story by now via the numerous media outlets that've covered his story. I think that he hadn't touched the club. Yeah, he got a week to prep. He had been cleared of COVID. Thereafter, the Farmers. Let's think. The Farmers was only 15 days ago. Okay, no, it was
true.
Yeah, roughly 15 days ago. So
DFL though, Doug.
It's tough. It's tough because I don't think he had the prep that he could have from a fiscal standpoint. I would have liked to see him be in great health. I don't know if he was in 100% health as he went into his PGA Tour debut at the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. But I know where you're going, Will, and I know what you want to say. But it's tough. It's a tough scenario. I think he learned what he needed to learn. I'd like to look back at a lot of people's first times playing a PGA Tour event and see kind of how they fared against the field.
Okay, but okay, hold on. Let me interject right there. Okay, I give you first time. Maybe hence why we need. When I say we, multiple chances, multiple opportunities need to be extended, perhaps. We look at first time, one of our other friends, Clay Myers, was it Memphis? Where was it? St. Jude?
It was the St. Jude
FedEx?
Classic. Yeah.
St. Jude at Memphis, hometown.
Before it was a WGC event, regular PGA Tour event then.
Right. Well, be that as it may, he had a DFL as well. So I'm just scared that sponsors may throw this in consideration when it comes to these first timers coming off the multicultural tour, which is the Advocate Pro Golf Tour. I'm scared of that. I'm getting tired of saying minority because minority means less than. I'm done with the minority tour. the multicultural
APGA is
tour.
not a black tour. It's for everybody. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
It's designed to grow the game amongst minorities, but it's not a black tour or brown tour.
We're no longer saying the less than tour. But I'm just scared this convo, because I'm reading the blogs, I'm reading the comments, and they're getting nasty. And so, you know, I mean, good thing that we have Willie coming up this week. You know, and also shout out to Kevin Hall. He had a respectable, decent week as well. So
exactly.
I just don't. It just scares me, man. I don't want to bring this.
So you're saying that the black guys or the minorities that do get, well, I know you said it, I'm gonna just say it like that.
Multicultural.
The minorities that do get an exam or get to play, when they don't play to their expectations and finish lower in the field or higher in the field, depending on how you read the leaderboard, you're saying that it's gonna mess it up for other people behind them. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, Doug.
So the worse this black kid plays, the less opportunity this other dude can get.
Absolutely, because he was already ridiculed before he even teed it up. You hear? I'm reading the comment. I'm a comment reader. Man, well, maybe I need to go start a white tour. You know, you just heard all kind of nasty comments. And think about it, man. You know, in this game, you know, I mean, we just have to be better. And I just don't want something like that to ruin opportunity for the other guys that are coming up behind the on the APGA tour. You know, and think about it, I think that's where it comes to the point to where, you know, you need multiple chances. You know, and the good thing that he has Honda, and Honda ain't no joke. You're not going to dispute around Honda, man. No. I just wish my man would have got Greensboro. You know, or maybe I mean, shoot. I mean, AT&T was the third easiest field of the year. You know.
Yeah.
And that just hurts a little bit, but it was his first time. I don't know, man. I just don't want. I don't know what I'm saying, and I know what I'm saying.
I think it raises a bigger question, Will. I think it raises a bigger question: is, you know, how to prepare for your first PGA Tour event when you really don't come from the same clubhouse. I mean, how do you do that? Because I'll tell you what, after just hanging out with John Rahm and Wesley Bryant, I'm not going to say that I do much different than them when it comes to a swing perspective. I think we all hit it relatively the same. No disrespect to those guys. I'm just, you know, I don't suck. So I think we hit it fairly decent. But I will say the difference between me and those guys, it's in the hands, in that short game. It's in the confidence. It's in how they walk. It's in the attitude. It's in their bank account.
They
account,
got a different
where they practice and prep. I'll say that's one. Those are the differences that I noticed. I won't say they're around the players in the game that can make them better. What I also found interesting was Tom Pernice was on the range, and he was assisting. Everybody was. It was this, you know, this share of information out there. So you had Champions Tour, Tom Pernice, John Rahm, Wesley Bryant, Scott Langley was out there, Joe Hooks was out there, Ben Herman was out there. There's a lot of people that were just sharing with each other.
I bet that was
what they do to perform at a high level. And I don't think we, you know, African Americans, minorities, we don't get an opportunity to be a part of those conversations as well. You know, when we get a shot, it's always by happenstance or all of a sudden, hey, Will, you're going to play next week in the damn Honda. And it's like, oh, I am? And then can you be tour ready in a week? I don't know. I don't know.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
And Will, you know, it's a tough start for Kamaiu being his first PGA Tour event. But all the kudos to you, Kamaiu. We know that you had some things stacked up against you, but we wish you well at the Honda and, of course, the Arnold Palmer Invitational coming up.
Absolutely.
But this is about Willie Mack's Willie's week. It is the Genesis Invitational week. Willie's out there in L.A. riding around in the Genesis G80. Will, he's riding clean. But let's get into it, man. I want to talk to Willie a little bit about his expectations and what he plans to do with the time that he has. Hey, we're going Beyond the Fairway with Willie Mack. Beyond the Fairway podcast, Doug Smith here, Will Lowry next to me. We got my buddy, my man, my guy, Willie Mack with us. Willie, what's going on, man? Welcome in here, brother.
What's up, Hawk? Thanks for having me.
Oh man, we glad you here. You know what I'm saying? You like the busiest man in golf right now, outside of Kamayu Johnson, man. Will and I are so excited to see you compete and tee it up at the Farmers there a couple weeks ago. But man, welcome in here, man. Will, I'm so hyped, man. I'm just super excited to have Willie in here with us.
Man, he got the collar popped, and I got a question about my insurance. You may know. No, just kidding.
Right, he for sure sponsored by Farmers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Bum ba dum bum 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 bum.
Yeah. I need a deductible on my roof, so yeah.
Hey, Willie. First of all, congratulations on getting into the Farmers Insurance Open. We definitely want to touch on the week because from thinking about it and looking at from the outside in, that was a crazy week for you. You got the call on a Tuesday that you got into the event. Run us through kind of how you got ready to play in your first PGA Tour event when you weren't even in town for that.
Yeah, it was just an unexpected situation. I got the call about 12:30, 1 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon, which the tournament starts on Thursday. So I had less than probably 36 hours to get ready. But when they tell you after playing a PGA Tour event for the first time, you just got to get ready.
So, Will, you had to play. Hold on, you got a call at 12:30, 1 o'clock, and then you had two courses that you had to prepare to play. How the hell did you get all that in almost no time?
Well, on Tuesday I played 12 holes with Ricky Fowler and Gary Woodland, and then on Wednesday I played 18 holes on the South course. So I got a little better preparation on the South course than the North, but hey, that's how the crumbs crumble.
Hey, so I see that you're getting all this media coverage. You're trying to balance golf and media and playing the PGA Tour for the very first time. Have you received any type of advice from Ricky Fowler or whomever you have became friends with on tour on how to handle this?
Billy Horschel and Ricky just told me to go out there and have fun. You kind of have another tournament or backup event this week, so at the Genesis. So I just took that as a training aid and see what happened and gave it my all. But I think it'll be a better outcome this week.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned your lack of preparation and trying to get in and learn and learn as you kind of go. You kind of got thrown into the fire, Willie, but you also had some equipment issues that I don't think a lot of people know about for your PGA Tour debut. I know you didn't hit the fairways that you wanted to hit, but I think that's an interesting story in itself that you had. What was going on with your driver?
My whole game was pretty solid, but my driver actually was cracked. I found out Friday afternoon. So after I missed the cut, I went over to Riviera on that Sunday, and I played 27 holes and missed one fairway. But I got a new driver that same week on, I think, Wednesday from the TaylorMade people at the Tour Truck. So it was my driver. But if I had that driver, it would have been a different outcome.
See, Will, that's some cocky stuff right there.
Yeah,
he said it was the driver. It wasn't me, damn it.
But if you know Willie, man, he already has everything planned. So speaking of TaylorMade, I'm assuming you got some TaylorMade custom pants, shirts coming in. Or do you have all your outfits on the bed right now for the next couple of days? What are you wearing, man? Because you're pretty stylish on the golf course.
I got some Puma gear, but the pants are at Taylor right now, so I have to pick them up tomorrow.
Oh, they really are the Taylor.
They really are, Will.
I think my shirts should be here tomorrow, so we'll be good.
Oh, okay. No.
No, Willie, I want to take it back a little bit for a lot of our listeners that might not know kind of a little bit about your story. I find it unique that you and your dad actually started this game together. How does your dad feel when you go and bust his ass when y'all because you had to start pretty quick, beating him down on the golf course if y'all started on day one? How was growing up with your pops?
Well, clearly he was a lot bigger than me, so he was overpowering me for a couple of years. But I think around about 8 or 9, I think that was the first time I beat him. So after that it was no going back. But we started at the same time, just watching Tiger Woods around 6 or 7, and we both just fell in love with the game and kind of went from there.
Do you remember the moment, the Tiger moment that really kind of put you over the edge in loving the game? You have a specific moment in mind?
No, I just remember me and my dad watching football and kind of just flip the channel over to golf, and Tiger was on, and we just kind of fell in love, like started talking to each other. Hey, let's go out next week and try to hit some balls. And we went out, and we loved it, and that's how we got there today.
That's so wild to me. I think that's cool, man. It's like we all know, Will, your dad plays golf, and you guys get to kind of bond over the game. And Willie, yours. My pops don't play golf. My dad still to this day thinks something wrong with me. He's like, I don't know why this dude plays this white ass sport. Like all these white people, I'm staying over here. I'm not doing this. But
I love it.
I do enjoy that, Willie. But let's fast forward. You know, you're playing this week in the Genesis Invitational. A couple weeks ago, you finally made your PGA Tour debut. You've shot 60. To qualify, Monday qualify for a web.com event, but yet 3 years ago, you had a little situation with a car on the side of the road in '95. I want to talk about what happened with your car, Willie. Like, because Golf Channel, NBC, they jumped on the story, but what actually happened when your car combusted?
Well, it was I had a recall on my engine, so I think probably 2 or 3 days before I got it back, they put a brand new engine in there. So I was actually coming back from a golf tournament on my way to another golf tournament. So I had all my clothes, shoes, iPod, AirPods, everything in there. So my car just shut off. I was going about 80 over the speed limit.
That's not true. That's fair. That's not. You was going 95.
95, 90.
I've been in the car
it's
with
all
you.
the same. But my car, it cut off, and I was just trying to stay out of the way of everybody else. And 2 cars just kind of stopped in front of me, and they both got out, ran to my car, and said my car was on fire. So I honestly thought they were trying to rob me, because we're in the middle of the highway. Why are you stopping? And I got out of my car, and I looked at the front of my hood, and it was all gone. I don't know how I didn't see that, because I was looking straight. But
So like flame, like it was gone from like the flames.
yeah, but the wind that day was blowing backwards. So I got out, I looked. My first instinct is to get my golf clubs out. So I threw those on the side of the road and actually tried to get back into my car, but it wouldn't open. So after a couple seconds trying to reopen it, the guys that stopped, they kind of told me, like, let's get away from the car. And we got about 5 or 6 feet away, and it just blew up like a movie. So it was a scary situation, but I'm glad I'm safe.
Man, that's wild. So with the car blowing up, what did that do for you? Did that increase your confidence? What did that do for you exactly?
Luckily I had some great friends like Doug Smith.
Oh my God.
Oh no, all teary-eyed.
What?
I get, I'm light skinned. You can't say stuff like that because I'll start getting red and shit.
Well, he helped me out, put a GoFundMe page together, and kind of got some of my belongings back and some exposure to the golf world. But it's exciting to see people that don't even know you help out and give a hand and extra couple bucks.
That's the good thing about golf, Will. Like golf is like its own
Community.
It's a community, but they want to see people succeed.
Right.
Golf doesn't want people to fail. But it's just one of those things where you can't support someone when you don't know the story.
Right.
And I think that's one thing that people miss with Willie. Willie, you've won over 60 individual titles as a professional golfer?
65.
So Willie's won more on the mini tour events than literally everybody. but yet
Yeah.
he just made his PGA Tour debut. I think that in itself is a travesty because people will kick in to help him get his belongings when they saw his car on fire. But his career is on fire, Will, and he needs a place to play and win. And so I'm excited that you're there in LA this week for the Genesis. And Willie, and I want you to say it out loud because years ago Tiger Woods was asked, "What's your expectations for the week?" And I forget who interviewed him, and who was it, Will? You know who it was.
It was probably Curtis Strange.
Curtis Strange.
Curtis Strange interviewed him. Thank you. And Curtis was shocked at Tiger's response. Now I want to ask you the same thing. What's your expectations, Willie, for the Genesis this week?
Same as it was at Torrey. I'm there to win. I don't think anybody in that field, other than Kevin Kisner, is trying to win that tournament. So I'm gonna tee it up like everybody else and see what happens. But my preparation for this tournament is definitely on another level, and I'm ready.
I feel like the last event you didn't have time to prepare. This one, you knew this was coming. This has been planned for a few weeks now. Like you were able to prepare for this opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. I got a lesson from Todd Anderson, my coach. I've been working with him for about 3.5, 4 months. So the preparation for this tournament is for sure better than the last one.
Hey, Doug mentioned that you had 65 wins, or you guys know that you got 65 wins. Those 65 wins that you have already, what can you take on that experience into Genesis?
Just knowing that I can close out a tournament. I've been in a lot of tournaments where I'm on the edge of maybe missing the cut and I have to make a couple birdies coming down the stretch. So knowing that if it was like that on a Friday afternoon, I have it in me to be able to close out with a couple birdies or an eagle or two and get back into the tournament.
He said an eagle or two, Will. If I need an eagle or two, I can just go ahead and flip that switch.
You got to think about it. Like nobody has more wins on the mini tours in the PGA Tour event this week than Willie Mack.
Willie will have the most wins in the field.
So he has that advantage for sure.
Absolutely. Willie, we got to get into it just a touch here. You've played golf. I think this is what your 10th year playing professionally. I mean, you've been doing it for quite a while. Why is it taking this long for you to just now be able to scratch the surface of the PGA Tour?
I just feel like more companies are kind of coming out and trying to build the diversity into the game of golf. Farmers, the CEO Jeff Daly, he definitely has put me and Kamaiu in the forefront, and hopefully more big companies like that will reach out to not only me and Kamaiu but other African Americans and help us out. We just need an opportunity, and I think that's really been the struggle the last couple of years.
So when you say opportunity, you talking about financial opportunity, or what do you mean?
Both financial opportunities and exemptions. We see other players come out and get 7, 8 exemptions when they come out of college. So somehow we have to change that and kind of get more of a different background and get some diversity into the game of golf.
It's funny, Will and Willie. You say that statement in this climate, in this division of our society, and a lot of people are going to say, why do you black guy golfer, why do you need special treatment? Why can't you just go Monday like the good players? Like,
are you good enough?
Willie, what do you have to say to those folks that take that attitude, Willie?
I mean, Jordan Speith got some exemptions. Who knows where he would be if he didn't get those exemptions? I think he missed Q School twice before he actually got on the PGA Tour and won, I think, the John Deere. So it's opportunities. It's not only African Americans that need it, but just people in general. Everybody that plays the game of golf and want to be on the PGA Tour, we all need the same chance. It's kind of not the same chance out there, and I feel like somehow we need to change that.
You know, Willie, the Genesis this week is happening, but there's also a Advocate Pro Golf Tour event this weekend as well. And Doug and I are playing in it, and we're happy that you're not going to be there.
Don't put my business in the street.
We're happy that you're not playing in it. But from your vantage point, who do you see that's probably coming up behind you that is worthy of an exemption as well?
For sure, Doug Smith and Will Lowry.
Okay, thank you. All right, next question. Next question. I'm just kidding. But so you know, who else? Give me some other ones.
On the APJ tour, I mean Tim has had his fair share, but like I said, we need more than a couple opportunities. I feel like his game is good, and I think he just needs another chance too. Other than him, Kamaiu got his starts coming up, so we'll see what he does. Hopefully, he plays good, and other than that, I don't know. We gotta see.
You gotta go. You gotta earn it. You gotta go out there.
We're gonna play for it for sure.
So, Willie, you know, as we prepare to wrap to get you out of here, what is it about Riviera that you really like? Because I know you got your first win on a golf course called Riviera, so I'm hoping there's some synergy here as you go into this week's event.
Right. I actually won the Riviera Open in New Smyrna Beach in December on the Florida Pro Tour, so hopefully I can get 2 Riviera wins in a year. But
he won again on a Riviera course. That was his first one, and then he's won it multiple times. Right. You know, so Willie's so damn modest. It's like, how many wins you got? I won a couple of events. Yeah. Oh wait, 65. No big deal. No big deal.
Absolutely.
But just playing the course, I feel like it suits my game a lot better than Torrey. It's kind of tree line, so it has more of an up north feel. How I grew up, and I just feel like I have a good chance this week, and we'll see what happens.
Man, I'm so glad that we're here. I'm excited that this thing is starting on Thursday. I guess one last question. You know, given the fact that we knew what happened to Kamaiu and him coming down with COVID on the 11th hour, in the past 2.5, 3 weeks, have you been isolated? You know, have you just been, sheltered in a cocoon? What have you been doing, man?
For sure. Before Torrey, I kind of wasn't even thinking about that. So for sure the last week or two, I've been at the course and I've definitely come home. Usually I'm at the mall or doing something I shouldn't be doing, spending money. But this week I've definitely been in the house.
All right, well, you can't do anything until Thursday morning, bro. Don't do anything. Just shut up and be in the hotel. Just don't do nothing.
Just sleep with a mask. You know what I'm saying? Have a humidifier in there. Right. Everything, man.
If you're watching TV and they sneeze on the television, you still have your mask on. Okay.
That's it. Hey, Willie. You tee off in a few days, man. We're looking forward to seeing you play at the Genesis Invitational. I have to ask you before we get out of here. You received the Charlie Sifford exemption into the Genesis. When you look at the landscape of golf and you think of this opportunity that you have, what do you owe Charlie Sifford?
For him being the first African American on the PGA Tours, I owe him everything. I think not only me, but Tiger Woods and everybody after Charlie Sifford. We who knows if any of us would be playing the game of golf today if it wasn't for him. And just to be able to have exemption after him, it's breathtaking, and I'm actually speechless about the situation. It's you kind of look back more than 10 years ago, and you would never think that this exemption would exist. So just to have an opportunity other than sending in a letter and and just trying to get into one with a whole group of people. It's like I said, it's speechless. I'm speechless about it.
Well, you join the ranks of Harold Varner, Andy Walker, Vincent Johnson, Cameron Champ, Joseph Bramlett, Josh and Jeremiah Wooding to all have earned the title, earned the Charlie Sifford exemption there into the Genesis. Willie, we know we got to let you go. We know you still got some driver issues to work out. Oh, wait, no, you're hitting it good now. Sorry. Well, thank you so much, Willie, for going beyond the fairway here. I'll let Will send us home.
Man, blessings to you this week, man. We're praying for you. We're rooting for you. And I promise you, I know behind your parents and your family, Doug and I are your biggest fans. And we just hope and pray nothing for the best this week. Hopefully you hosting the trophy at the end. So blessing to you, bro. We love you. Have a good week, man.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Having me on.
You know, Will, how many people are really going to think, especially given some of the events of the past minorities that have gotten exemptions in the PGA Tour events, that Willie Mack is absolutely full of himself when he approaches the topic of his expectations for this week as he wants to win the championship?
I mean, of course, well, they don't know Willie like we know Willie. Willie has that bit of weirdness that makes a person a champion. You know, I think
you got that effort. I call it effort.
Effort. I don't know that I'm below you. Who are you? You know, and I'm pretty positive, man, that he's going to succeed. But the thing about it is, like you said, history is not helping him right now, because I want to say only two exemptions?
Three. I think three of
Jeremiah
the
Wooding,
Sifford exemption.
And who?
Harold Varner, Cameron Champ.
Okay, so you know, I mean, he's got a tall order for sure, but I'm
like, you just talking about making the cut. He's talking about winning the championship.
Exactly, and that's why
he ain't talking about making the cut, homie.
This is my prediction, bro. I really think this is my prediction. This is me, and yes, it's a bit subjective as well. Top 10, very least.
I don't disagree. I think this is going to be a week that we all remember.
Yes.
And let's give a little context. I do want to give a context because this week on the Korn Ferry Tour is the Lakecom Open, the same championship that Willie Mack shot 60 in the Monday qualifier for, right, in a rain delay, with a 2-hour rain delay. The guy went off the course at 10 under, came back and birdied 2 of the last 3 to shoot 12 under par in that qualifier. So this is his week. It's a special week. His first professional win came on a course called Riviera in Florida. So what I'm seeing is we've got a couple scenarios. Lakecom Open week where he qualified. He also has won at Riviera's first event. He also won that event this year. So can Willie go on to win 2 times at Riviera in the calendar year? I don't know, Will. I don't know. But like you said, people don't know Willie like we do. Look, I've seen wedges of Willie's after he's been done with them that have been indented. Where if this is the face normally, this is Willie's club face because he's worked so hard, he's caved faces in. Played the Farmers Open with a cracked driver. Guess what? Driver ain't cracked now. TaylorMade hooked him all the way up. I think he got like all the new stuff from TaylorMade, all of it. He got 8 degree, 10 and 13 and wedges. He's good.
Yeah.
You know, and that goes to show you too what happens, man. You play a tour event, you can get equipment that fits you. You know, otherwise you got to freaking spend $200,000-$300,000 on clubs just to be able to compete at a high level. So
right.
he's ready.
And that also, I mean, I'm sure the viewers may not know, but that is one of the luxury in making a tour event, whether it's Korn Ferry or PGA. You get to go in that van, and it's almost like you can pimp them out for the week. Get what you need for that week to last you for the rest of the year, and you're good. So that's one of the incentives of making it. But we're close. We're about to tee off. I just need Willie.
2 days.
I just need Willie to stay in the hotel. No COVID risk, bro. That Genesis can wait. You can pimp that later on Sunday when you got the trophy in the passenger seat. But for right now, just keep his butt at the crib and watch Beyond the Fairway.
Right. I mean, you've used pimp like 3 times in this episode, Will. You must have been watching like Dolomite movies or something. You all right? You've been in the pimp game lately? Get your hands strong?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I watched the HBO, Real Sex, flashback. Just brought back memories,
Okay, just because you was pimping today, I just want to let you know you was out here with your hands strong, baby.
Right, yeah,
man.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, I'm excited for this week. Will, let's talk about weekly predictions, okay? So we know your prediction, Willie T10. Let's talk about Champion Genesis Invitational. Who's gonna win?
If not Willie. I'm going with Tony Finau this week. I know I've been giving him such a.
He's breaking.
Yeah, it's going to happen eventually. But I think this is probably the week that may do it. Harold normally plays well there as well. But speaking of playing well, this is the anniversary of the top 3 wood from Harold. Can we get 2 tops in a row from?
Hey, can we
Peter?
get that footage in right here?
because this could be 2 weeks. Can we get 2 weeks in a row? Could we just had Peter Molinari? Did he top of 3 wood or something?
No, Francesco.
Francesco, yes.
Francesco, he just absolutely just. Matter of fact, bring that one in here.
Yeah.
Exactly, right there, look. And then they had the audacity to say he slipped in the cover. He didn't slip. Look at his feet.
He slipped.
Did not slip. That is just a cold top off the first hole.
Yeah.
But, this is, like you did say, anniversary of Harold topping the ball. Week after Francesco Molinari tops the ball. But it's also a celebration and the legacy of Charlie Sifford with Willie receiving his the exemption named in his name, also the winner of the LA Open, now the Genesis Invitational. So definitely a humbling experience for Willie to receive that honor. But I'm going with Patrick Cantlay. Come on now.
Patrick Cantlay, that's
Patrick
safe.
Cantlay.
Yes.
We West Coasting right now. We out here West Coast, and look what he did up on the Poana Greens. He gonna come down here to this Kikuyu and do his thing down in the Valley of Beverly Hills. So I'm going Patrick Cantlay.
It seemed like Patrick Cantlay game is one of the most safe. I feel like he thinks percentages out there. Like it's never going to get out of whack. Fat part of fairway, fat part of the green, and if he can knock a 20-foot down, he knocks it down, or unless the number's right before he tack a pin. But I'm definitely excited. I give you that. That's a good pick. But I think Tony gonna pull it out. I'm about to look like a genius. In a couple days.
But in other news, Will Lowry is in between the ropes this weekend coming up. Advocates a PGA Tour event there in PGA Golf Village, the PGA Diversity Championship. Will, what are you looking for out of yourself this week? I wish I could compete. I'll be there for the Pro-Am, but what are you looking for this week?
Well, let me rewind. Thank you. We're going to play this week, yes, but it does not hold comparison to all the APGA members that are being honored this week, such as yourself, for being a member of PGA of America. That is quite an accomplishment, and I think that trumps anything that whatever the hell I'm about to do. So, and they're honoring, and get me right, Doug, they're honoring you, which is most important. They're honoring
not important. Wyatt Worthington. Wyatt Worthington.
My partner in crime right now is important. So, who is it? So, Wyatt Worthington,
Kenny Sims.
Tom Woodward, and Clay Myers.
Clay. Mm-hmm.
Clay Myers. There we go.
Of the folks that have played and been a part of the APGA, we are the only PGA affiliated, PGA of America affiliated members. So
now we out of 20-something thousand, we are at a total of 150.
177.
Okay, 177. All right. Well, I was trying to.
They don't talk about that number though. It's all right.
It was a form of hyperbole. 170. Wow. Think about it. 177 black PGA members out of how many? Give me that number.
29,000.
29,000. So that right there tells you we got some work to do, ladies and gentlemen, in this game. We do. I mean, that's a big gap right there.
Yes, less than half
a gap. So. Less than 0.5%. Yeah, that's a huge gap.
Yeah, but we're working on it. Shout out to Susie Whaley and Seth Waugh. We've been part of some diversity conversations that include Earl Cooper from Eastside Golf, Earl Cooper Golf, as well as Kendall Murphy from UNLV. Leads their PGM program. So there's a lot of conversations within the PGA of America that are being had because people understand that you need the people that work in golf and around the game of golf to look like you, and the people that talk about the game of golf to look like the growth opportunity in the game. So it should be a fun weekend, man. I wish I could play in the championship. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, but I got some new clubs, so I'm gonna use them and get them broke in and play down there in Port St. Lucie. So
Dougie, I'm gonna be honest with you. I am so scared that I won't break par, man, because I have not been playing. It's so cold here in Charlotte.
Don't be scared. Just go out there and earn it. Willie would be like, I'm gonna just do it.
Facts. Well, in the spirit of Willie Mack, I might just go out there and just do it. Yeah, man. I'm just gonna go out there and do it and play. So yeah. So yeah. All right, let's go. Let's
almost ruined this whole computer. But hey, look, thank you for listening. And please subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and you can check us out on YouTube and now Peacock and everywhere else. Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We everywhere, man. We gotta grow this thing. We doing all right though. I ain't mad at us. Thank you guys so much for enjoying what we're doing. Yo, make sure you subscribe, make sure you leave reviews, and hey, appreciate you going beyond the fairway. Holla at y'all.
I think it might be the 178th number. I might do this DJ stuff.